Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to discuss how to open Micollab for the second time after installing it. So you are going to look for the Micollab shortcut, which is this one. On your desktop you are going to look for Micollab shortcut, and then you are going to double click it to open it up. Then you wait, then it opens up. Then you want to see, right now it's grayed out. Let's wait for it to be blue like this. When it's like this, we are happy. It means it is registered. I can click where it says Softphone here, then it's going to show me that the Softphone is registered. And I can click again. So I can click this where it is saying Softphone here. So that when I do that, it's going to open for me this window, which is showing me that the Softphone is registered. Then I'll just click it back. I'll click it for the second time so that I close. So now that my Softphone is up, it is registered, I need to, so our Softphone is registered, and we are saying this Softphone is for an agent. So an agent reports to a queue, so that when the agent is available in a queue, any call that comes into the queue is presented to the agent. It is presented to the agent by virtue of the agent being available to the queue. A queue that is no agents available might behave as if it is not available. The queue itself calls will be rejected, depending on the configuration, whether the queue is allowed to take calls when there is no agent, or if it should reject calls. So for this agent to avail themselves for the queue, they will go to Ignite. Once they log into Ignite, they then change their status from offline to available. So they go to Ignite by opening a web browser of your choice, and then you are going to put HTTPS, then the FQDN of your MyCCX server, then followed by the word Ignite. You can only use the FQDN when you've got SSL certificates installed on the MyCCX server, or otherwise, if you are local to the server, if you are on the same lane, you can just go to the server to Ignite by using the IP address of the server provided. For example, this could be the IP address of the server. You can just go to it using the IP address. So let us go ahead and do that. So this is our ignite. So it's going to ask us for our username and password. So the administrator will give you your ignite credentials. Your ignite credentials should get them from your administrator. So you are going to put your username. In my case, my username is Mitel and my password is this. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my username and password. And then I'll click on sign in. And then I am signed in. And automatically by default I am available. I am available because my Softphone is registered. So there is a setting which says as soon as you open your Micollab Softphone, do you want to be available in the queue? And then this is set to yes. As soon as I open up my Softphone client, I should be made available to the queue. So because we just opened the Softphone, it made us available to the queue. But just to demonstrate, I can come here. Let me minimize this. And we can look into the background here. We can look into the state here. If I come here and disable my Softphone, so my Softphone is disabled now. Let's wait to see what's going to happen in the background. In the background, this is our ignite. So in the background, this is our ignite and the status is available. So I'm just going to refresh ignite. And after I refresh ignite, it is saying offline. And indeed this is true, because if you check, our Softphone is disabled, which means disabled, it means it is offline. It means it is not registered. So when our Softphone is not registered, when it is offline, it cannot receive a call. It cannot receive calls. Now, for this demonstration, we've got our agent Softphone. We've got our Micollab, Micollab client, agent Softphone, its agent ID, is equal to 8118. The agent ID is a dialable number. Which means this agent ID 8118, we can also call it extension number for the agent. So this agent belongs to a queue called Mitel help. But agents don't directly belong to a queue. They belong to a skill group. And the skill group is the one that belongs to the queue. But we can ignore this for now, and we can directly say an agent belongs to the queue, although it is through a skill group. So, because this Softphone right now, it is offline, and this Mitel queue, the Mitel help queue, only has one agent assigned to it, which is equal to agent 8118, which is this guy. So because it is offline, it means the queue is unserviced. If a call should come in, the call will be rejected by the queue because there are no agents. It is as if the queue does not exist. But if there were other agents, maybe it didn't have 5 agents, it had maybe probably 10 agents. And 5 are logged in and available. Then this queue becomes live, active, and it can take incoming calls. So because we only have one agent in this queue, just for demonstration, for calls not to be rejected, we have to make sure that this agent is available to take calls for the queue, and they make themselves available by using Ignite. So let's go ahead, and because our Softphone is still disabled, just to demonstrate something, I am going to go ahead and try and make myself available by clicking on where it's saying offline, and then it's presenting me with these choices to say available. So I have to select this available, hoping that it's going to change this offline to available. So I'll go ahead and click on unavailable, and it gives me an error. To use the Micollab Softphone, we must launch the Micollab client application and verify that the Softphone is enabled. So it is telling us that we can't make you available for the voice queue because your Softphone is not available. Because when we make you available to the voice queue, when you don't have a device to answer the voice task when it comes through, you will not be able to do that. So you must make sure that your device is active, it is enabled. So this is what this message is telling us. So I'll go ahead and I'll click on continue to get rid of that message, and I'll come to here and I'll fix my Softphone by enabling it by pushing the radio button to the right hand side, and it is registered. And look now, although the Softphone is registered, we are still offline. So what it means that we need to come back here and change our status to available on Ignite. Now, before we make ourselves available to the queue, there is what we call a dashboard, where a supervisor or the rest of the agents can view the queue status. So this dashboard is available via Ignite as well, and it's projected to a TV or a monitor mounted onto the wall. So we can have a smart TV that has a LAN connection into our network, where the MyCCX is installed, so that we can be able to open a web browser on the smart TV and put our link for the Ignite. And we log in with the credentials that our administrator has made for the dashboard. Or secondly, we can have a PC where we can open a web browser, and we go also to the same we navigate to the same Ignite, and then we can project to a TV screen, or we can use an HDMI cable. And then we are going to log in with a username for the dashboard, and a password for the dashboard. We get this from our administrator. If I was a supervisor, the administrator would give me this information. So this becomes the dashboard. This is an example of the dashboard for Mitel help dashboard. So the dashboard is saying to us the queue, which is called Mitel help queue, has been offered 0 calls, and it has answered 0 calls, it has abandoned 0 calls, and there are 0 calls that are waiting to be answered in queue, which means there are 0 calls in the queue, and we've got 1 agent available, and that agent is 8118, whose name is Mitel Support. So if I come back to the Ignite for this, for this user, and I say offline. Let's wait for that status to propagate to the servers, and I say offline, or okay, let me just come here and force it to go offline. And we go to the dashboard. We can see that on the dashboard is also telling us that Mitel support 8118 is offline, and it is grayed out. So because it is offline, the queue cannot take a call. If a call will come in now, it will be rejected. Only when there is an agent, when this 8118 is here on idle, then calls can come in. So let us now go and make this user available. We go to the Ignite, and it is saying offline. We click on offline there, and we say available. Then we say continue. Let's see. Available. Let's wait for it to see that the Softphone is available. Okay, it is now available, and we can see here we've got an employee state, which is the agent. The agent is also known as an employee or an agent, and the state is saying the agent has been available for this much long, and it's counting. So here on the agent's Ignite, this is the Ignite for the agent. We can go to the inbox. Here on the inbox, if a call comes into the queue, the call will be offered to the agent in the inbox, and the agent will actually see that the call has been offered to this agent, and the agent can answer from here. So we are going to demonstrate that. Let's start by also looking at the dashboard. So I'm going to place a call into the queue. So I've offered the call. If we look at the inbox here, you can accept the call. So the dashboard is now saying two calls were offered to the queue, and one was answered, one was abandoned. So abandoned means this call was not answered. Because I'm connected to a server that is somewhere far from where I am sitting and I am facing some delays, I cannot demonstrate in real time what I want to show you, so I'm going to pull up some slides so that I can show you some of the features demonstration on a slide. So when you log into Ignite, or yes, when you log into Ignite, when you're asked for your credentials and you put them wrong 3 times, maybe you are putting the username incorrectly, or it is the password that you are putting the wrong password for 3 times, is going to lock your account. If it says to you, login attempt failed due to invalid credentials, please verify your username and password and try again. Login attempt failed due to invalid credentials, please verify your username and password and try again. If you try for 3 times and you don't put the correct thing, your account is going to be locked. You won't be able to log in again until you talk to your administrator, so that the administrator can unlock you again. So just be very careful when you attempt 2 times and you see that you are putting your credentials incorrectly. Instead of proceeding for the 3rd time and locking your account, just get to the administrator before you lock your account. So once you are logged into Ignite, when you are offline, you are going to make yourself available, and you make sure that your Softphone is up and running, it is not disabled. And then once you are available, this is your inbox. So this is the inbox. This is an incoming call. This is an incoming call from 3636, and this is so the agent, to accept this call, will click on this green check mark, or to reject, they can click on this red X. And once they accept, they'll then be connected onto the call. And when they are on an ongoing call, they are presented with this. This is the number that has called them. This is the caller's number. And they can pause. They can pause the call. When you pause the call, the other way is you put the call on hold, or you can hang up the call, or you can transfer. You can transfer the call. So when you point to these icons, they will write what they represent or what they do. For example, you can see this one. If I point onto it, it is saying hang up. So the next thing we can talk about are called busy codes. So if I go to where it says Mitel, where the agent's name is and it's saying available, and if I just click on it, it's going to give me this where I can say available, but already I am available, so I'm not going to choose available again. Either I can go into do not disturb, or I can choose to go offline or to log out. But what we want to demonstrate is this feature called busy. What does busy do for us? Let's take a look at busy. I click into busy. So busy, it's giving me options like bathroom, consulting, lunch break, meeting, tea break, training, no make busy. What does this mean? It means if I am available on the queue, I can receive calls. The queue will pass me calls. But I am available in the queue, but I need to quickly do something such that I don't want the queue to hand me some calls just for temporary, for that period that I am busy with something. Maybe I am busy because I'm quickly dashing out to a bathroom for a bathroom break, or I'm consulting with someone, or I'm in a meeting, so I then need, instead of logging out, I then need to choose. I must then choose. Let me say I'll choose consulting. So once I do that, it's going to change my status here. And because it's going to change my status, I will not be able to receive a call until I change my status to available again. But because I have changed my status, because there is some latency on my network, it's not going to quickly update. But so let's quickly jump over to a slide. So in this slide, this user selected busy, and then was offered these options, and this user selected bathroom break. And when they selected bathroom break, the system then accepted, and you can see is now showing that this user is on a bathroom break. So if a call is offered to the queue, it's not going to come to this agent. It's going to go to other agents who are available on the queue. So back to our Ignite for the agent. You can see now it is saying the agent is consulting. So I can go ahead and change it back to available. so that it can start taking calls again. But again, because of the speed, it's not going to quickly update. So I'll say that is that for now. So I will exit. Okay, let's just log out of here, and then I am going to exit Micollab. Then we are going to discuss quit. So now that I've quit Micollab, sometimes when I want to run Micollab again, to run or open Micollab again, I might be presented with this request to update the application. If at the time I'm opening it, if it notices that I'm on this current version and there's a newer version, it will say, do you wish to download and install it now? An update version of this client is available. Do you wish to download and install it now? Of course, we always encourage you to be always on the latest and greatest version. So we'll say you must click on yes, so that it starts to download and install. But depending on your organization, your PC might actually request for administrator credentials to allow you to run the update. So just make sure that you understand your network. If at all it allows you to just go ahead and click yes. So once you have clicked yes, it starts to download the update. But depending on the speed of your network, this might take you probably 30 minutes, although it's something that should take you less than 5 minutes. So the point to take is that you should be aware that there is a delay while it's downloading the application and installing it, and for that time, during that time, your Softphone will be down. So if you are required to take agent calls, just know that you will not be able to do that until the download has been completed and the installation will have completed. So after it finishes downloading, it's going to ask you to install it as if you are installing it for the first time, and then you are supposed to ask to accept the license agreement. Then you click on install, it starts installing. Then eventually it's going to say it is done. You click on finish and you check launch Micollab client. Once you do that, it is going to give you a confirmation that client has been updated to this version now. And then at that particular time, when you click on OK to accept or confirm, to concur that yes, that has happened, your Softphone is going to be disabled. But we know that when a Softphone is disabled, all we need to do is to move this radio button to the right hand side. So we go ahead and we push it to the right hand side, and once we do that, our Softphone registers and it becomes happy again. And at this point, we are ready to continue with our duties and receive calls. That's all for now, and thank you for watching. If you have any questions and any comments, you can put them in the comment section. Thank you and goodbye.